welcome to Living Magically. I'm your host, Magical Michelle, and this week we enter into June, and June is a magical month. It is filled to the brim with opportunities, and so I'm here to kind of share more about this week and a little overview for the month of June. But always June is an opportunity because we always include midsummer in the month of June. So I cannot believe it. This will be almost halfway through the year. So this is that place of recalibration. But I think you're going to find the second half of 2025 a completely different energy than the first half. So let's look at it. We have had so many astrological shifts, depths, things coming in. And this month is going to be no different. We actually have a major planet, Jupiter, moving from Gemini into Cancer. And it's going to be a lovely thing. It happens next week. We also have a full moon next week, the strawberry moon next week. So what does that mean for this week? Knowing that all these things are coming. This is the week to recalibrate. This is the week to get clear. This is the week to tell the universe what it is you're making magic with. What is it you're calling in? What is it you are releasing to become the version of you that always was meant to be? Because you will not be the same person in 2026 that you were in 2024. Nobody will. This is literally the most astrological year of your entire lifetime. That's everybody. Doesn't matter where it hits you in your specific chart. Although I do encourage you to look at your personal chart because it's gonna be a really, really good time to do that. Reach out to me if you need a good astrologer. I know just who to send you. But in the meantime, I want you to look at your goals, your big plans, your dreams, and what it is you're healing. This is a beautiful week for physical healing. And I've had several people reach out to me and say, why do I feel drained and exhausted? All the way to people who are feeling energized. And it's going to be how deep you are processing. With the energy right now, we have some huge solar storms hitting just as I'm filming this. You're even going to possibly, if you're in a northern state, be able to see some aurora borealis. So the sky is seeing that light show. We've seen some pictures all over that have been absolutely gorgeous. And so you might be spending some time looking outside. There's a lot of alignment here. So some people might feel that they need to sleep and reset, while others might feel like they need to do and get it done. My encouragement here is to lean in. Whatever is being asked of you, whether that's to rest or to do, go for it. And really take some time this month to do something towards your bigger picture. So we get caught up in the little details. And one of the things that came to me in meditation today, in conversation today, was how the big picture, the microcosm to macrocosm, the microcosm being the day-to-day details that interfere with the macrocosm of how you play out in the world, are getting in the way. So I want steps this month. I'm going to encourage you to take steps to realize the dream that you're creating. This means action. This means creation. This is, even if it's the smallest step, even if it's just a little bit of home organization, or applying for something, or letting go of finishing something so you can let go of an obligation and not have to do it ever again. This would be a good time. For those of you who are traveling, you're feeling like it's time to go visit someone, to see friends, to see family. It's a great time for that too. So if you're going to be looking at travel, I would do that here, and even planning travel for further out at the in the fall or out to the rest of the year. If you're looking for a trip to Egypt, I have a couple more spots for September and October. It's the late part of September, really. And so, feel free to reach out. But whatever it is that you're looking to do, the encouragement here, the astrology and energy this week, is to just pull the plug. Because I think there's been a little stalling out energy over the last couple of weeks, where I'm not saying you feel stuck, but maybe you don't feel like you're quite sure, like you're not 100% all in. And this month, I'm going to invite you to go all in. And if there's some kind of peace here in your soul, if there's a little piece of resistance, that's good too, because it will show, resistance will just show you where the work is that still needs to be done for yourself. This will show you what is the little piece that you need to change, because you will not be the same. So what is it you need to change? And we don't like change. Humans, I can only promise you one thing. Things will change. I can only guarantee one thing is we will resist it. But look at it as a gift, and take this little present in front of you, and imagine that the future is a box in front of you, and put into it thoughts about what you would want to open up later. Think about this. And you could even make this a literal magic act, where you put symbols into a box or words into a box that says, this is what I am intending. This is what I am growing. This is what I am planning. And be present with it. The present is the present. But what are you growing towards your future? You're going to see this midsummer, this peak solar season, giving you fuel, lighting it up, being able to bring you closer like a magnet to your true heart's desire. Now is the time to get clear on that. We have a few just a little bit more in Gemini season, a few weeks, and Gemini is the best time for clarity, the best time to then act on that clarity. So I encourage you to gain clarity. Tools for clarity in Gemini season are journaling, are speaking it into being, talking with somebody, having a conversation. What are your dreams? What are my dreams? And I encourage you to do this with people you've been living with, whether this is your kids, whether this is your husband or wife, whoever, even this is your work friends. Sit down and actively listen. Ask, what is your dreams? What is your goals? And share yours, because then we're in co-creation. So this is the season we start a whole new cycle. And with that new cycle, we are in a group project here. We are not doing this alone. We are creating new earth. And it may appear on the outside like the whole world is going to hell in a handbasket. And what I do encourage you to do is to stay in your positive energy of I create, I express, I choose, and I do. I am, I be, I choose joy, I choose happiness, I choose self-expression, I am enough. And remembering that the body is that holy temple, and we're treating it like a vessel of love, and that the world is an expression of our inner mindset. So as we are working through this, how we perceive the world comes from our inner peace. So work on your inner peace and your things that you can work with personally, and get that internal clock, that internal knowing, that clarity and truth of this is who I am, and this is what I have to offer the world. And I am worthy to ask in return for that sacred exchange of energy. So you're going to see a lot of people changing jobs and moving and having big changes in the second half of 2025, because every single planet changes its station, meaning it goes into a different sign. You're going to see a lot of that happening this month and next month. We're getting ready for this big one next month, or at the end of the summer, where Taurus moves into a new sign after being 7 years in Taurus. Uranus will move into its next station, and so that is going to change a lot of people's perspective as well. So that cycle is ending. And what is coming forth is a new beginning. And so this coming up to the strawberry moon on the 11th is time for clarity, is time for that creative energy. So just a shout out, it is also Pride Month. And so for me, this is a month to remind myself, how can I make things more unified? How can I support more people to feel loved? And how can I be more inclusive in my life? How can I be more love-based in my heart? And so I just put that out there as an overlapping energy as well, is what can you do to have more love in your own heart? And so we do that by transformation. The way I do that is through shaman practices. And there's many that I do. I like oils as a shaman practice. I love to work with Egyptian oils and other oils for anointing. I love to do medicine circles and on the mat healing. And so the first weekend of July, just after the 4th of July, Mecca and I have teamed up at the Urban Ashram to do a shamanism immersion weekend. And we will be doing drumming and on the mat healing. And that you don't have to have any experience whatsoever, but you have to come with an open heart. So we do have some spaces available for that. We'll link the information for that in the comments today. And so I invite you to do that, because right now is the time for transformation. it's a great time to come visit. If you're from out of Orlando, we can help you find a good Airbnb. And if you're local, it is a day trip, 2 different days. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. And so it means that you go home overnight, but you come and spend this immersion retreat with us for 2 days. And so we're having a guest drummer. Marissa's going to be there with her abilities to help us. And we have all of this juicy shaman transformation energy. We've done this every year for a few years now, and it's always very, very special. And in this case, we have it astrologically timed to be just, as always, potent, transformational, and full of healing and upgrades. And that to me is the whole magic of June. So think about, where do you want to be on June 21st for midsummer? Because that is a very potent portal day, and you can really get clarity and downloads. And it could be gathering with a friend, or you could be going out onto the land to do some kind of sacred site. I'm going to be doing shamanism at the Serpent's Mound in Ohio. So, you can tap into that energy. It'll be something I'm doing personally, so I'm not having people come with me, but I will be sending out energy on the 21st and 22nd from doing shaman work on the land in Ohio. And yes, if you're one of my Ohio friends and family, I am getting in the car this week, and I will be on my way up for a visit, as I do usually for my pilgrimage to Ohio every summer. And so what is your pilgrimage? What is your journey that you are ready to take? I guarantee there is a journey that your soul is on to evolve. I promise. And if there's any feeling of resistance right now, tap into the magic of who you already are, because that is intrinsically going to show you the next spiritually aligned step. And I will just say, if there is a very, very deep calling to work with someone to make a quantum jump, a massive leap this month, I have 2 slots available. I just finished last month's deep dive, and we had this amazing journey. And I'm just going to share a little bit about that, because there's one thing that came out of this experience where we worked together every day for the entire month, or twice a week actually, but homework assignments, home play assignments every day for the entire month, and accumulated and finishing in a class this weekend. And with that, there was an A to Z difference, where essentially it became a life review, where we healed all the points of origin, every place where meaning came in that was stopping him from moving forward into the power of the healer that he was always meant to be. From childhood all the way to now, and that big step that he has this weekend. So I'm just saying that these deep dives are life-changing and transformative. And if that is something that you're looking for, I'm your girl. I want to help you. That is my joy. That is my pleasure. And I have to say, my gift that I bring to the table is the ability to witness that transformation. So please, I invite you to step into your magic this month. If that means putting in a candle, whether that's planting seeds, whether that's creating a crystal grid, please, I encourage you to have that intention get super duper clear and make that step and transformation forward. I know it's there for you. I love and appreciate you, and go out and use this week to create miracles and magic. You've got this. Live magic.